Welcome to Smackdown Live, ladies and gentlemen. This show was no match for Raw from yesterday. No way could Smackdown compare to Kevin Owens. There's no way. When he won, Smackdown for this week was just done. But was it a bad show? No, it was a solid show. Well above average. But that doesn't mean it was a great show. It was an above average show. No problem with that. Now, I'm going to get rid of the two matches that were for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship tournament. We got the Hype Bros versus the Vaudevillains. I keep saying this. Couldn't they have gotten a little more creative with Hype Bros instead of stealing the bromance? I'm just saying. But do I hate Mojo Rawley and do I hate Zack Ryder? No. They actually work very well. They got great chemistry together and they won a match. So they are now on their way into the semifinals. We got, what was the other one? I never got a chance to see the Headbangers, which was Mash and Slash. I could be pronouncing the names wrong. I didn't watch the product around 2001. I started watching around 2002 again because I had a big gap between 1991 to 92 when I had to go to college. Unfortunately, when college, yes, I did go to technical college. I did go to several trade schools. Unfortunately, my mother had died. I met my fiance, got a baby, got a job, had a horrible fight with my father and had to separate and basically got cut off from my family in a sense. That's what happened between 1990, I think 92 to around 1992 to 2002, about a 10-year stretch. I didn't really watch wrestling on a constant basis. I kind of was very sporadic. So I didn't watch the Head Bashers. Sorry, I said Head Bashers. But this is where it shined because the segment before that with Heath Slater in his home kind of makes you think about a, let's be honest, this feels like a Jamie Noble kind of segment where he lived in a trailer park. That's what it felt like. And his lovely wife. I can't remember her name. For some reason I'm blanking on her. And I used to like her too, but I just don't remember her right now. But that's what it kind of felt like. If that was his wife. It looked like some friend of his that he'd been having some fun with. And then you got the Rhino, which kind of goes against what his real life is like. Come on. Rhino should have been a little more articulate when it came to him eating crackers for the simple reason he's trying to be a politician. But then you say, well, politicians are kind of stupid, but that's not trying to trigger nobody. But you get my point. He should have been better articulated. I guess they didn't want to try and go overboard with him. Was the match good? He got his ass kicked, and the people loved it. They were rooting for him. In the end, he bled a little bit, and Rhino was the one that got the win. This makes you wonder, will they actually troll the WWE? This is kind of a troll and kind of not a troll. Heath Slater, who has never done anything, who's had some really bad character development and really bad groups, and even though it looked like he could get over easily, has never gotten over because it was never pushed. But he has the ability to make it work. Now we got this. Do you guys tell me, do you really believe Heath Slater and Rhino could win? Personally, I believe if they do win, I wouldn't have a problem with it because it actually would be something entirely different. It would be kind of funny. And it is kind of a troll, so. Next, the Bray Wyatt segment with Randy Orton. I'm not interested in it because I already know the outcome. Unless they're going to really surprise us with Bray Wyatt and he actually gets a win on a Randy Orton, I'm not interested because as much as Bray Wyatt is a great talker, great in the ring, he's not won without having lost something right afterward or not win at all. Now, mind you, the segment was great. Randy Orton spoke well. I enjoyed both segments. And then I felt they kind of messed up because when they went to black after Randy jumped into the ring, they could have turned the lights back on for Randy to actually go after Bray Wyatt. But I think that was a mistake, that they just stayed black and then they went to the commentary team. And I gotta say this about the commentary team. what is the guy's name is Ronaldo. Ronaldo, if I'm pronouncing his name right, is a great commentator. You wouldn't think David Otunga is a great commentator. He is. He sounds very good. I enjoy him. And he actually compensates heavily along with Monoro. I pronounce people's names wrong. I'm sorry. JBL is the issue right now. As much as a lot of people don't like JBL, he does bring credibility, and even though he does still sound like he is just trying to get a check, just like the Lexman or Alex, because he's not doing videos anymore, at least for a little while. With the Lexman, I do agree with him. He does feel like he's getting a check, but there is a certain point that sometimes I think he does kind of lighten up and he actually gets into it. So I'll say the commentary team is much better than the Raw one. Now, being honest here, I don't like the Raw commentary team. I just don't. Now, let's see. AJ Styles against Apollo Crews. I was surprised. And it's not about AJ's personality. I mean, AJ is going to be AJ in this situation. Just be John Cena is acting very cocky. But I didn't expect that Apollo Crews would be given this opportunity. Because this is AJ Styles going up against an Apollo Crews. And even though he lost, he got a nice rub from it. It got him a chance, well, gave him a chance to actually show what he was truly capable of. And I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'd rather not see Apollo lose. I want to see something going on with Apollo, and I do believe he needs to change his character. I think he needs to go heel. He's a good guy right now, but I believe he needs to go heel. It's time for him to have a change. But this is what we got. Miz and Dolph Ziggler. After the Miz had his moment last week with legitimately looked like Daniel Bryan got very upset and pissed. This segment was pretty good. Miz sounded great. Dolph sounded alright. But then you're thinking, okay, Dolph went from being nowhere until the brand split to going into the brand split, going for the World Heavyweight title. Goes there, gets nowhere. Now he's going after the IC title. I said it before and I said it again in the last video. Dolph, Nick, dude, it's time to go. Unless you're going to use the IC title to try and springboard yourself back in the main title scene against Dean or AJ, you're exactly where you were before. And I don't even know how he would be allowed to even do that. So I'm being honest here. When it comes to Nick, the guy needs to go. Not because he doesn't have ability. He works well in the ring. He does stuff. Let's be honest. He's now putting more effort in, but in the end, he's not getting anything out of it. Because they're leaving him exactly as he was before. He should have won the title. And I know a lot of people wouldn't be happy with him there. But if this is really supposed to be something new for the WWE, Dolph should have won the title and have a couple of months run with it. Now, if they change their mind and do it before the end of the year, I'll take back what I say. And someone could easily say, dude, you were wrong. And I'll accept that. But as far as I'm concerned, if he goes into 2017 with no new title other than the IC or not even any title, he needs to leave. There's nothing left for him in the WWE. He's done enough. He's got enough money. Just go. Now here's another person that I'm very worried about. That I'm at the point of just saying, you know what? Naomi, you got to go. You got to leave. This is a tag match between Alundra Bliss and Natalya versus Becky and Naomi. And you see Nikki Bella at ringside, and then Nikki Bella gets her ass kicked by a Carmella. Here's the problem I have. And this is very important. I'm going to put her face right here. I'm going to put her right here. Right here. Here she is. And now I'll take her away. Because you already know how beautiful Naomi is. But this is the truth. Naomi's been there long enough that she should have won a title already. And like I said, either it is racism with her, or she just won't play in the back. In other words, give a sexual favor to someone who knows Vince or knows basically Triple H, suck some dick, or spread her legs. She should have already had a title. If this Night of Champion, no, not, is it? Not Night of Champions. Sorry, I'm getting Night of Champions mixed up with Backlash. But basically, let's be honest here. Nikki Bella just came back, and it's obvious that they're grooming her to take the title. They want her to be the inaugural Women's Smackdown champion. And that's wrong. And I'm not against Nikki. Look, I'm not a huge Nikki Bella fan, but I do admit easily, Nikki Bella last year improved her ability. She improved her talking. She improved her in-ring work. She has. She had improved. But in this situation, she does not need the title. Let her have a problem with Carmella. Help Carmella to get over. That's what I want to see with a Nikki Bella. Because the person that truly needs to win this title, that is legitimately someone that has never had an opportunity to be able to run with it, is a Naomi. This must get done. If Naomi does not win a Backlash, then I can write off the women's title 100% on SmackDown. Because it is time for Naomi. They changed her look. She was allowed to change her look. She was allowed to at least try to talk, even though they only gave her one segment. She has the ability in the ring. She's not someone that causes trouble outside the ring. She's a good woman with a good husband. But when it comes down to it, if she does not win this title here, I'm writing off the women's SmackDown title completely. Now, of course, she can win it at the end of the year. And then I will easily change my mind and say the women's SmackDown title is valid. It is valid. Because if Alundra Bliss wins it, it's wrong. If Carmella wins it, it's wrong. If Becky Lynch wins it, it's wrong. If a Nikki Bella or Natalya wins it, it's wrong. Even an Eva Marie winning it is wrong. This must go to Naomi. She has the most credibility and she deserves it. This is just how I feel about it. You can tell me if I'm wrong, that I'm just being a fanboy or not. Now, let's see, am I forgetting anything? If I am, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Oh, I almost did forget. The Milkman against, well, actually, the Milkman just got drunk by Kane. Why? That was so random. That wasn't very interesting. To see a guy get destroyed by a guy that really needs to be semi-retired and need to put other people over. That's just how I feel about it. And then finally, Dean Ambrose against Baron Corbin. Good match. AJ was there. But, how would I describe what happened to AJ at the end of the match? Oh, did you bust your nuts? I think that might be the word I'm going to use. Because when you see the end of that match, because the ref waved it off. It wasn't a DQ. The ref waved it off. Which is kind of surprising because Dean should have won it because AJ attacked Baron Corbin. Even though he was supposed to try and attack Dean. They couldn't say it. Well, in a sense, they're protecting Baron Corbin, which I'm alright with. And Morgan Hyde, if you still see these videos, dude, Baron did look dominant. And I'm glad that he had that moment to be seen. And that moment that he walked past Kane, because you could be looking at a new Kane. You could be looking at a new Kane 100%. So the question is going to be, how badly did AJ crack his nuts? I was surprised they went that far. And AJ really playing that up. I'm sorry. That was funny as hell. Especially after Dean putting his hand on his shoulder saying, oh, those are the breaks. I think that's what I might use too. Either, oh, did you break your nuts, or those are the breaks. I think maybe those are the breaks will be better to use. Essentially, the show was okay. It was above average. But it doesn't mean it was well above where it was like when it was going up against Raw the last couple of weeks. I'd say it was a little bit lower than that. But it doesn't mean it was a bad show. It was a solid show, even though it had some random stuff in it that really made no sense. I mean, was I forgetting anything that was done? I know I could talk about Kurt Hawkins, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until he gets into SmackDown, then I'll start talking about him. But at least he is being seen. But you guys tell me, do you think this was above average show or not? Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.